Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Faceit Collegiate Championship League. I am your caster, observer, producer, Jagged. We have a great match for you tonight. We have Purdue going up against Western Michigan, or WMU. We have a great game for you tonight. Both teams coming off of wins last week. Purdue coming off of a win versus Minnesota Twin Cities, and Western Michigan coming off of a win versus Michigan Blue. Now, starting off the map veto, we have that done for you already. Purdue banning out Clubhouse with Western Michigan banning out Theme Park. We head into map 1 soon on Cafe. Western Michigan has opted to go on to the defense first, and Purdue will be on the defense in the OT. Map number 2 is Consulate, picked by WMU. Purdue will be starting there on the defense as well. Finaling out the ban phases, we have Villa and Oregon taken out with a good old defender on Coastline. So overall, some more frag-heavy maps on the back end of this match. We have a very strong strategical map in Cafe, heading into a map 2 of Consulate that seems it's going to be a pretty, not necessarily a hell in a cell on Consulate, but on Coastline, we're going to see some stuff. Going into the rosters now, Purdue's fielding its lineup of Providence, Mila, Goosemity, Hangman, and Laggers, while Western Michigan is going with Scott, Mr. Fizzy, Later Nerd, Dangly Parrot, and Chippy. Looks like all our players are ready to go. So we should be getting into the match. Map number 1 coming up. It's Cafe, Purdue versus Western Michigan. Let's get it underway. Starting out the attack, or starting at the ban phase, rather, Western Michigan will have the first ban, most likely onto something like a Thatcher, maybe a Hard Breacher, maybe a Roam Clear if they're feeling spicy today. They're gonna go ahead and go for the Thatcher. Pretty classic ban by any defense on Cafe. Thatcher will not be seeing the 12 rounds of regulation on this map. Next up, we have Purdue going into their attacker ban. Most teams will opt to deal with maybe one of the 4 hard breachers on the map. Purdue will go with the Ace. Most banned hard breacher, I believe, on Cafe. Very versatile. One of the most powerful ops in the games currently. On the attack, at least. Maybe not necessarily on the defense, as, can only be played on the 6 rounds of attack. Purdue will be banning who as their defender? It'll be the Wamai, making that pixel hold just a little bit harder, left only up to the Jaeger. Wamai, losing his shield at the start of this season, and a lot of as part of the overhaul in that utility drain meta that we were in, the 20-second meta that we've been in for the last roughly 9 months or so, ever since Wamai came into competitive play, basically. Rounding out the ban phase, we will have a Mira ban. Pretty standard Mira ban on a lot of maps, just because of her versatility. You can use her on the basement hold to try to hold down Bakery, maybe hold down the backside if you're feeling risky, but also just on the reading and the top floor bomb sites. Very useful for holding down your control up top. Interesting pick from the defense going out to the top floor first. It appears Bandit and a Cade brought out. Be interesting to see if maybe one of those is 6th off of. It's the Bandit will be 6th off of. On to the Melusi. Melusi sees a lot of play when she's not banned. Actually, not a Melusi. Will come out onto the Goyo. Very much, Scott doing a big carousel of operators, going from the Bandit to the Melusi to the Smoke. Finally setting on the Goyo. Trying to figure out what exactly he wants to bring. Has a shield.
Need to locate and defuse bombs.
Has a shotgun. Going to be able to do a lot of rotates for the team of Western Michigan. And I imagine we'll see all 3 ADSs plus the shield set up in this pixel corner here. The Vault being brought out by WMU. This cam's going to be very helpful. 2 of them already being thrown out. It looks like one of them we saw was inside of the... maybe inside of the piano by the clock somewhat.
10 seconds to go.
Gate charge actually going underneath
5 seconds
the
left
piano wall,
insertion.
just to make sure they can't get the red. It actually looks like the Cade charge failed. Kid's not going to be able to get that. Very unfortunate for the Cade. As the attack spawns in now, we do see a sledge. Capital rocking the hard breach gadget in Tears. First time I've seen that in our matches so far this season in the Collegiate Championship League. All attackers going up to the roof, minus the Sophia, who will go ahead and Claymore off that jump out. Providence using that sledgehammer to great avail, opening up the 2 hatches on the roof before his team gets ready to drone. You can see 3 of the attackers on drone right now as the Sophia joins them onto the roof. Goose noting that there's something on the wall, so he believes he's going to go try and get that Cade charge. It looks like he got it with his spray. Abana is going to go ahead and get that wall open. The defense being pretty lax. That smoke shield, in fact, is not actually going into the into the pixel spot. However, the first oil shield is already been cleared out. Should be taking a lot of early damage from those nades that have been dropped down. Mila on the opening pick onto Scott. That is your Goyo dead below. Unsure what he was doing down there. Maybe trying for ST4. Meanwhile, our Ash Smitty is pushed up to the pixel spot right now. Chippy with the trade on the Hangman.
Cover me, reloading!
4v4 now. Purdue versus Western Michigan. Part of the freezer wall now being open. Chippy still on about 40 HP after those nades earlier. Fizzy taking a lot of damage from the engagement. Will get killed by the Sledge of Providence. It's now a 4v3 in favor of Purdue. Gooseby will take out Chippy. It's now a 4v2. The defenders falling like flies here. Later Nerd going to try to spray back through the cigar door. Takes a little bit of health off the laggers. But Dangly and Later Nerd are in a very poor situation right now. The attack has all the time in the world to get this execute. Mila will get Later Nerd now, leaving Dangly pair in a 1v4 with the plant going down. Dangly waiting for someone to push it on to the white stairs side. However, he has realized that it's not going to happen as the bomb is now been successfully put down. Dangly's very much trapped in this white hall. Understands there's someone in piano with him. He'll get the first kill, maybe not. Get some damage onto the Ash, but cannot seem to get the kill. Will get the first kill onto Goose. No, 1v3, but he's stuck to the revolver. Needs to reload. It's not looking great for him with 20 seconds left. He will not get the second kill. Mila will finish it out. We got a 3K for Mila on the round. Great job from the entry. Good opening round coming out from Purdue. Overall, a very strong round from the attack. The defense kind of just like fell apart in the mid round. The Goyo, first they lost their Goyo late, or not late, but like pretty early on. I believe he was killed by Goose. It looked like, so it might have been, it was either killed by Goose or Mila. I'm not exactly sure which one it was right off of hand. But he was on that second floor, which begs the question of what exactly he was doing and how exactly he got caught out. I imagine there was a drone below that probably pinged him with a yellow ping. Back to the third floor again. We will go. The good old classic 6-pick from Bandit to Bandits. Scott maybe wanted to try to get onto something else real quick, but was not quick enough. Exciting construction coming out now from the one impact. 2 impacts now going out from Turkey. Making the rotate. Even though you have a smoke shotgun, I imagine the impacts could have been used for something a little bit better than making the rotation. You have Dangly pair on that smoke. That shotgun very versatile in making those rotates. Western Michigan doubling down on not holding Pixel with that shield. Instead, the shield will go down by the top right next to the pallets. With 2 ADS from all protecting it from attackers in piano. But I do have to wonder why you're not going to go for the Pixel hold when the attack has... Well, you're essentially just giving the attack free space of that side of the map from Cigar and Piano. You're not contesting it at all. However, it does look like Scott is going to hold down Piano by himself. Just trying to get maybe like a sneaky pick off on someone walking in through Cigar. Smoke opening his hatch. That way Scott can drop if he needs to get out of dodge very quickly. On the roof now, the attackers. Providence opening up those hatches once again. Drone coming out from laggers. And Goose getting ready to go in. It's going to go down. Try to get the Bandit batteries off the wall. Bandit of Scott. A little nervous in his position. I do believe he has been called out. Gets droned out, but gets the drone. So it's one less intel off of Western Michigan. What a shot from Scott. Goose Mini off the board for this round. That is your Ash gone. Scott's going to very quickly, very smartly get out of there. Using that hatch to drop. Gonna go back up white. Big opening pick from him. That is your Ash off the board. A lot of your explosives. A lot of just like playing gun skill.
Bomb located by attackers.
Off the board. Hangman is going to use that secondary hard breach can opener to open up a quick vault hole into the car. It's going to take a little bit of... It's not going to get any damage, however. Chippy does recognize that he's there. I'd be amazed to know if they do not see this can inside of pianos. All your attackers now currently sitting either in piano or on top red. Lots of Cigar pushing coming through. Laggers wanting to get that wall open. C4 out from Mr. Frizzy from below. Valcam and the bubbles helping out real good. That is Mila off the board. And all your explosives are 1 grenade now off the board. But I did believe Providence did get the first bubble. Fauna has gotten a little bit of that wall open. However, she has 16 X-Kairos pound. Do not understand why she doesn't try to go for more of the wall. Later Nerd picking off Providence. It's now all up to Hangman and Laggers to get this round back under control. Does not look like it will happen. Bullet holes are being held by the defense. They're not looking to get up any ground. Chippy will take out Hangman. It's now all up to Laggers in a 1v5. 25 seconds left. It's not looking too great. Tags Later Nerd for a little bit of damage. Swings him out from the Maestro. Chippy will not get the kill. Goes with Laggers with a double kill onto the smoke. However,
Attackers have located a bomb.
3 more to get with 13 seconds. Will not get the third. Scott with the closeout. First and last kill of the round. WMU coming back with a round of their own. The defense there was just a little bit more aggressive in their hold of the top floor this time around than the attack was. The attack let them play a little bit too aggro for them. Could not back them up in time. Scott playing very aggressively in that piano room at the very start of the round, managing to get off the kill onto Smitty. It was a very big opening pick, caused a lot of destructive capabilities of that Ash not to be able to be seen. Going down to the kitchen service now. 6 picking off of the smoke onto the Goyo, so they're looking for a little bit of the area denial based off those explosive shields, whereas the smoke only had area denial, but very important area denial.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
However, you do get 2 shields now instead of 1. I'll likely see 1 in this prep window and perhaps 1 over in the backside coffee. Or maybe in bakery if they want to do a bakery hold. 2 ADSs placed down in the prep, so I imagine there will be a shield somewhere over in prep window. Valcam going under the lamp there. So far, these Valcams are going largely unchecked, I believe, from the attack.
10 seconds
And
left.
last round, it allowed for a C4 to come out from Frizzy.
5 seconds
Fizzy,
remaining.
rather. Getting a kill onto Mila.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I do believe there is a drone currently sitting on Fizzy right now. In fact, inside of VIP. And there it is. The call has been made. Early opening pick coming out from Mila onto Fizzy. Your Valk no more. Your cams may be up. However, your C4 is no more. Back down, moving up to the roof, going for a top-down clear. Meanwhile, the rest of the defense is on site. Harden, Later Nerd sitting on red stairs. Bandit actually partially flanking up white. As Scott is going to go up white, kind of just waiting for someone to see if he can get any action, but he'll smartly go back down to the bottom floor, wait for the rest of his team to just hold down the site. Well, attack on their clear, 2 minutes left. A minute in, they have an opening pick, and they're starting to get map control, so they're not in a bad spot at all, but they will want to speed this up if they do expect to get into the bomb site sometime today. Hangman still rocking that secondary hard breach on his Capital. Very useful for the hatches. Here you go. Here comes the attack going for some vertical destruction. C4 ripped out from the Goyo. Will catch it. He'll catch about 25 HP off of Providence. Maybe make that 20. But overall, nothing much coming out from that C4. Meanwhile, Mila and Laggers are currently sitting on the white stairs. Bandit of PhD Scott will get the trade. However, there's someone sitting at that window. So Bandit is effectively trapped inside of VIP. I'm not sure if he is aware of this, but it does look like... Yes, there's one on ground. There you go. Smitty getting the trade back onto Scott. 4v3 in favor of Purdue. Looks like it's a back take coming out, perhaps, from the defense. Later Nerd getting the trade onto the sledge. Where is he? He's currently sitting on red stairs. Actually in Harry Potter, rather. However, the back take is coming in from the attack. Later Nerd will get Hangman, but Goose Smitty will get Later Nerd back. It's a trade back and forth. We're now into a 2v2 between these two teams. I do believe the wall has been partially opened. Chippy sees the Habana of Laggers, but is going to wait. Actually, make that the Smitty, not Laggers. Smitty actually looks like he's trying to maybe do a late rotate through Bakery. But the red wall will be open now. It'll be forcing Dangly Parrot to move off and rotate to a different area.
Bomb located by attackers.
With 12 seconds left, the attacker's gonna have to just walk into this
10 seconds remaining.
gunfight. Crippy on the floor. Will get the Ash, but cannot get the Habana because he's on the floor. Plant must go down. Laggers on the plant. Dangly knows he has the stick. Has the pinks coming out. Will he get the kill in time? He will get the kill. Will get the defuse. Dangly with the 1v1 clutch post plant. Good kill from the Maestro, making sure he got the Ash of Smitty.
Defenders win.
However, because he was prone on the floor, could not turn fast enough to get the Habana as she jumped over the bar. Another round for Western Michigan. The clear coming out from Purdue was strong. However, they just let themselves lose their man advantage as the round went on, as they tried to make their way onto the first floor. But I do believe that is just because of how they were positioned. They did let the Jaeger of Later Nerd get multiple unanswered picks, which allowed them to fall into that even man count once again. Moving on to reading now, we do see the Castle coming out. Pretty typical for a reading room defense. Dangly Parrot still bringing the Goyo. Western Michigan liking this over the smoke right now, but they are bringing the meat for the wall denial on that pillar wall and for the drone and wall denial upstairs.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Once again, that's Valkyrie coming out. These cams are doing great work for them. Not so much last round, as Fizzy didn't realize there was a drone on him. It allowed him to get picked about 10 seconds into the round. As where's that cam? Is that cam on the roof? I'm assuming that cam is on the roof of mining. I can't not see it on here. Meanwhile, it's just all hands on deck coming upstairs. Rotate into freezer instead of just reinforcing it off. And very interesting to see. Very interesting to see how that develops.
10 seconds.
Barricading off the freezer door with one of those castles.
5 seconds remaining.
Not exactly sure how I feel about it, but it's going to give them a little bit more control of this top floor
Attackers must locate
while
and
the
defuse
attack
the bomb.
tries to pry it from their grasp. And while the attack coming in now, same lineup, I believe, for all 4 rounds now from Purdue. They had something about this lineup they like. I don't think it's that bad. I like the use of that hard reach gadget coming out. It's shown itself useful a number of times, at least those first 2 top floor rounds, and I believe that it was used to open the kitchen freezer hatch last round. Scoreboard's pretty even here as we get into round 4. Hangman, the only one in this lobby yet to find the board. He's hoping that he can find one for his team pretty soon, as they do want to take this half with at least 2 rounds in order to set themselves up well on their defense. Smitty is now in the bomb site, or not in the bomb site, but in Cigar. Will open that first castle and tries to get some pressure onto the defense. Waiting for some drones to make sure it's all clear. They had called out that there is now a Jaeger sitting over by the pixel door. But Smitty is now pushing all the way up through bar. Does get tagged a little bit by some spray through the wall. Nade goes out from Providence. He actually has no nades left. And not a single HP of damage has been done to any defenders.
A bomb has
Hangman
been located.
on the board now. We'll take out PhD Scott. That is a mute and one of your C4s off the board. Meanwhile, this Ash of Smitty is still on the top floor trying to get pressure. Breacher's been cleared as the castle has fallen off into the bathroom. Now falling back to top white. The defense just getting ready to give up the top floor. In fact, there's now only 1 person left up there. It's the Goyo of Dangly Parrot. Ash Birthday gone. What a shot from Smitty. That is Parrot. 5v3 now for Purdue. Top floor has been vacated. With a minute left, though, they are going to have to get ready for this execute rather soon. Drones coming out just to try to get some confirmation on some positions of the remaining players. Catalyst Birthday being used on that reading door. The sledge will get to work. Providence getting a kill onto Fizzy. Now 5v2. What a great shot through the floor. They're going to keep those holes. He will get another one onto Chippy. Later Nerd now in a 1v5. Spots out the Capital of Hangman. However, cannot get the kill. 1 drop laundry. Providence now Providence now still above. Our later nerd is now sitting on the white stairs.
Attackers are
Rotating
activating the bomb
around,
diffuser.
maybe to
Attackers
red.
need to
That's
protect the
exactly what he's
diffuser.
doing. He's going to
Position
rotate over to
compromised.
red. But however, the bomb has gone down. Later nerd, 1v1 versus Hangman. He's looking to get his second kill. Drones are following him wherever he goes. Hangman gets the final kill on the later nerd. Flawless round coming out for Purdue. Excellent clear coming out from Purdue on that attack there. They had a very strong, even though Providence wasted his 2 nades on the roof to no avail, not a single HP being done. They did, the attack was able to get that clear out very well with the very good droning and very good utility usage other than those 2 nades. Not really sure where the early kill on to Scott came out on, but your mute died as a C4 off the board. 2 6 picks coming out now. Dangler Parrot finally getting off that Goyo, going onto the smoke, trying to get some denial. And the Jackal will be switched onto the Ash. Smitty sticking to that Ash, sticking to where he's strong. You know what? And he's not doing half bad on it.
Defenders, protect your
now
bombs from being
2-2 with
defused
the
by
defense.
attackers.
Defense back up to the top floor, hoping to get another win on this bomb site and finish off the 4-2 half. The impact better being used this time around. Going through that D1 bar to try to open up to the default plants. Meanwhile, we will see if the defensive WMU is going to opt for a pixel holding or if they're going to still stick with that pallet shield. Doesn't mean we're going to stick with that shield on pallet. However, we'll have to see where this goes. Oh.
10 seconds to insertion.
Last round, you had Scott sitting in piano very early
5 seconds
on.
left.
Got a very nice opening pick onto Smitty. Onto, from that mining
Attackers
window,
are moving
Smitty
out
had
to
been
locate a
propelled
bomb and defuse it.
on it and got absolutely fried. It does look like it's going to be the case again. Scott is going to play inside of piano. Not necessarily on the stage yet, but he's going to play in there a little aggressively. Daring for someone
Bomb
to try to get
located
his
by
batteries
attackers.
off the wall. Same lineup, once again coming out from Purdue. Big fans of this lineup. Got pretty much everything you need as your 2 entries. A lot of explosive power to get rid of bulletproof gadgets, as well as some fire and some smokes. Later, they're going for a very aggressive swing underneath the red hatchet to get open, trying to fire a few bullets up, maybe trying to catch someone off guard as they peek it. Now he's just going to sit under the skylight on the bomb shaft. He sees one drone, but cannot get it. Out from Scott to no avail as the defenders try to prevent the attack from getting the wall open. However, 1 battery second off. Hangman will put his hand burner on the red wall as Scott now drops to the 2nd floor. However, Hangman may be waiting for him, but they are nowhere close to each other. They're going to go around to their separate staircases. Bandit actually sitting on the lower white stairs. Not exactly sure what he's doing there, if he's going to plan to flank around or if he's just going to rat out on lower whites. Meanwhile, yeah, Ash and the Habana, Laggers and Smitty are sitting inside a piano. Once again, Laggers only going for these 2 little holes, so not enough for a vault hole. Just some very small lines of sight. Busy does get an opening kill onto Hangman. However, Laggers gets a trade onto Chippy. So your Maestro and your Capitao down. Busy with is at 1 HP. Gets a lot of damage onto Providence. However, Smitty will trade him out. 4v3 now for Purdue. The round slows down just a little bit. The smoke still sitting in bathroom. Going to be very interesting to deal with for the attack. Providence has been down. I'm not sure from where. Laggers will take out later nerd. As your Jaeger off the board. Providence has been packed up. 4v2 now for the defense. For the attack, rather. Defense in a bad situation. Only your smoke and your bandit left. Bandit holding in cocktail while your smoke tries to sit default. Gets a lot of damage off, but not enough as Laggers won't get the trade. Trade's coming out back and forth. Scott now in a 1v3 with 30 seconds left. Will not get a kill at all. Smitty winning out the round. I believe that was a 2 or 3K for him in the round. So I do believe Laggers got a number of kills that round as well. Laggers and Smitty doing a lot of work for this team so far this match. And with that round, Purdue takes the lead the worst they can do now is a 3-3 on Cafe attack, which is very good looking into the defense half of them. But the defense will, instead of staying on that top floor bomb site, will go down to the first floor. Wants to even up at 3-3, does not want to go down 2-4 going into the attack, because that's just going to make their lives so much harder on this map with number 1. Finally, an IQ being 6 pick from Mila, trying to get rid of these Valk cams. They're tired of getting spotted. They don't know where the cams are, so they're bringing out the IQ, trying to find it.
Defenders,
They get off the
protect your
Zoe
bombs
for
from
it.
being defused by
I
attackers.
understand you need someone on it. You know, you still have an Ash, you still have a Sledge, so I understand why the Zoe is your choice. But, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing that Capitao going as well, if you're going to 6 pick off of someone.
Bomb located by attackers.
Once again, back onto the Goyle for Dangly Parrot. Guys preferred that op over Smoke, it appears. He does not like the SMG-11, but does like the Vector. Going to try to use those shields for a little bit of holding. Both shields actually set up by prep and prep window, interestingly enough.
10 seconds to insertion.
Very, very interesting setup of your shields.
5 seconds to insertion.
And since there is no bakery hold
Attacker's objective is to
from
defuse a
WMU,
bomb.
there will be no wall there. Instead, they are opting to put it on the center wall of the triple between the sites. Attack spawns in the building. Valk and Frizz is back sitting inside of VIP, but the attack is looking to go all the way up to the roof once more. Do a top-down clear. I don't see anyone else. Hangman was going to open up that white window. Just try to cut off a roamer. Bandit now dropping to the second floor. Notice that window's open, and he's not going to stay on that top floor much longer. He's just going to get all the way back down, it looks like. No one actually sitting on the top floor. However, Later Nerd is sitting on that red, ready to catch him as they drop. Takes 25 HP off of Smitty, but is not going to re-engage. Just going to hold out here for now.
Drone's ready.
Drone coming out from Smitty, trying to find this Jaeger of Later Nerd. Unsure where he is. Doesn't want to waste his drone. Sees the Jaeger, gets his drone shot. He's going to actually push down onto the Jaeger, try to swing, get an opening one. However, Later Nerd is ready for it.
Reload!
Just a back and forth gunfight between these two, except they're not actually like seeing each other. They're just kind of pre-firing into oblivion. But when you have 200 bullets, you can afford to use something like that. Now just a standoff between the two now, as the rest of the attack gets to work on the second floor. Vertical holes coming out from the Sledge of Providence, while the defense just kind of sits warm. Later Nerd trying to get maybe a little bit more aggressive, unsure of what the Ash is doing. However, Smitty is just standing here like a rock, waiting for Later Nerd to peek up, and there it is. Later Nerd going for the peek. And Goose Smitty winning out that gunfight. Now 5v4 for Purdue rather. Abana coming out onto the freezer wall. It does look like it's going to be a back take try once again. Impact out to no avail. Impact being unsuccessful. Scott going for some swings onto the Ash of Smitty, but does not see anyone with his sprays. Cannot land any shots. And while the attack is sitting all in the back, they're getting ready for some shots. Hangman takes out a little bit of damage from the Maestro and Chippy, so he may rotate. All the attackers currently on the backside right now, except for the Sledge, who actually drops Freezer. Mila with the kill onto Scott, and Providence with the kill onto Chippy. It's now a 5v2 for the attack. Make that a 5v1 as Providence gets another kill. 2 for him on the round. Plant's going down. Dangly is now in a 1v5 as he's getting pushed from every angle. Providence and Dangly trade each other out. Purdue with the round. I do not believe the plant went down, but we'll get that plant onto the Habana Laggers. Great round coming out from Purdue once again. Now up 4-2 going into the defensive cafe. WMU, not the half they were looking for. They're going to try extra hard if they want to even be able to bring this to overtime. Because I imagine Purdue is not going to want to let that happen. We'll be starting out with a kitchen round as Purdue's primary bomb site. And we'll see a castle coming out on the kitchen for the first time in a little while. IQ going off on to, let's see what she decides. On to the Twitch, that FAMAS F2 flashbang combo. Very deadly in the right hands.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Starting out on the kitchen for Purdue's defense half. Immediately the castle is going upstairs. It's going to open up some feed holes. Very interesting to see. Taking the castle off. So it's going to be a second floor hold from the defense. They're going to try to do as much as they can. Actually open up the freezer hatch. It's going to be a dedicated hold up here, in fact. It's very interesting to see. Very open floor concept coming out from the defenders.
10 seconds.
They are ready for this kitchen bomb site.
5 seconds left before insertion.
They're leaving the prep wall soft because they opted to reinforce walls up top. But due to that, they are going to leave some holes open. Very interesting holes coming out from the defense. Meanwhile, the attack coming up to the first floor, or to the second floor rather, recognize one person is running, Ashton all the way up to the top. They're hoping to get a top-down clear as well. I just can't get over this hold from Purdue. I like this hold a lot, putting a lot of emphasis on wasting time and holding the ground on the second floor between dining, mining, trains. First castle on the mining window taken out. A lot of drones coming out. 4 people now on drones from the attack. Meanwhile, Habana is opening up the main wall.
A bomb has been located.
Very, very quick progression from the attack. Habana's got the main wall open. You still have over half the round left to go. However, they don't have any control over the second floor yet. Hangman will take a little bit of early damage from an engagement. I imagine by... I'm not really sure where he took that engagement from, but he did take about a quarter of his health. While later Nerd just sitting on this mining window, daring someone to peek him. Just gonna hold this window all the way to the dining hall. But the castle of Laggers is in no hurry to peek this. Meanwhile, you have 4 players currently sitting on the first floor. Later Nerd's the only person on the second floor balcony still. However, the attack's gonna have a rough time coming in if they don't clear out this top.
The attacker's bomb
Mila
diffuser
opening
has
still
been
on
dropped.
a chippy. That's your Habana off the board. Your diffuser surrendered by the breach. Laggers just waiting for someone to push into prep. Scott waiting for this mute to swing back. Sees the hang but can't land the shot. Fizzy will get Hangman. Smitty will get Fizzy. And Laggers, like I said up top, not being cleared out, will get damage here.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Scott taken out by Mila. It's now a 4v1. Later Nerd all alone inside a bake. Has no control of the bomb. No control of any part of the map except for Bakery. Takes a little bit of spray damage from the mute. Will get the mute of Mila. Providence hovers on 1 HP, but with 20 seconds left, I can't really see the round going in Later Nerd's favor. He does walk into the bomb site, where he does have a rotate hole to his left, with 3 defenders getting ready to cross-train guns on him. Castle still above. Plan's actually going down.
10 seconds to go.
Later Nerd sees the smoke, but nothing fires through the wall. But Gooseman will push up the push up the whiskey hall into the red hall, and shoot Later Nerd dead where he stands. Another round in the favor of Purdue. Now 5-2 in their favor. The first defensive round, very successful for them. Laggers just was never cleared out of the second floor. WMU kind of opened the window and just kind of looked in, but then didn't do anything about it. They just kind of let him chill there. But he was able to get someone as they walked into prep, and the hold on the breach was very strong from Purdue. WMU didn't have any like footholds anywhere on the map except for Bakery, and that was their downfall that round. No clear coming out from them, and a very strong hold coming out from Purdue. We go up to the top floor now. Purdue opting to go there as their secondary. Maybe not reading. Let's say they're reading for their tertiary site instead of their secondary site, as some people like to do now. Pretty standard site construction coming out from the smoke, opening up those bars. Not like being able to have 0 point through them. Especially helpful when someone's playing default. You can kind of just like spam through an already open hole. You're able to get a little bit more damage in a kill. Whereas when it's not open, you know, you do practically no damage
10 seconds
to the
insertion.
attacker planning. As those bars are multiple layers thick. Very hard
5
to get some
seconds
bullets
to
through.
insertion.
Banshee's coming out from the Lucy at
Attacker's
Hangman.
objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Providence going to be holding down Cigar with his life. He's got 2 ADS, except for 3 ADS. That's a protecting shield. A Fox let them know when they're swinging in, and a Wub to stop them from swinging in fast. Providence very dedicated to holding this down. He's got a Castle Bear kind of at his back, and one actually on the piano window as well, just to try to stop a line of sight from the south side window into Cigar.
Preparing concussion.
They're prepping his concussions to try to burn ADS or to try to stun someone. We'll open one of the first windows on the west side of the map. Providence has been droned out. They do know he's playing in there. However, the attack has yet to really burn any 80s. So they've actually, I think, burned all 3 ADS. One nade out. Actually gets all 3 ADSs there, plus the Banshee, plus the Frost. That is a very important thing for them. Later it opens up 1 castles. Providence does get a kill onto Scott though. That's your Sledge dead. So his job's essentially accomplished now. He's dropped to the hatch and he's down on the second floor of red. He's actually dropped all the way to the base. He's going to go up white. Very aggressive play from the Sledge, trying to swing in and trying to get the smoke of Providence. However, Providence will kill Scott. Now a man advantage up for Purdue. Minute and a half left in the round. The attack finally getting into Piano. There is no hold in Pixel, but Purdue was able to waste so much time and get a kill off of that Cigar hold. It's like the smoke of Providence is now retreated into the freezer after coming back up a white. But Lucy right now still sitting below. She's actually waiting for someone to come over those holes from above. Trying to get a sneaky pick onto someone walking through the piano door. Busy now down for the smoke of Providence. Another kill for him. He's playing very aggressive. He's gotten 2 kills already. 50 seconds left. 2-man down. Hangman from below. Gonna get that C4 kill onto Parrot. Now all up to Chippy and Later Nerd. Very strong defensive half coming out so far from Purdue. And it just seems that Western Michigan has nothing to deal with it. Attackers very separated from each other. Later Nerd taken out by Laggers. Now all left with Chippy in a 1v5 with 25 seconds left. We'll get it down onto Mila, the Maestro. However, will not be enough as Laggers is still sitting below. A flawless run coming out from Purdue. That's going to put him up onto match point. Match point now for Purdue. They only need 1 more round to do it for map 1. WMU gonna try to stay in this game by winning the tertiary site, but they have a long way to go to bring it to overtime. Right now, if you're WMU, you're feeling a little discouraged, and you might want to just let it go to map 2. You might want to let it go to your map pick. Get ready for Consulate. 6 pick from the IQ onto the Nomad. They don't want any flanks coming out. Frostpick very interesting from Hangman. He's gonna try to hope to get someone with those frost mats as they hop in a window or hop over a bar, something like that.
Attackers need to
But he does have
locate
that
and
shield
defuse
and that
bombs.
1.5 as well. Very useful for the defense. Frost becoming a little bit more versatile than she once was with that secondary shotgun and the addition of that deployable shield to her kit. We will see 1 frost mat, like I said, going onto the behind the bar, hoping someone walks around it. ADS gets dropped. Little one inside a freezer. Be interesting to see where this last one goes. The holes in piano once again set up by the defense,
10
trying
seconds
to sit in train and get someone as they try to walk into piano. Hangman
5
did get a
seconds to
C4
go.
through that hole last time. So I assume someone will try to get
Attackers
either
must locate
another
and defuse
C4
the bomb.
or another kill through there this time. Lager's playing his castle for the 3rd round now. All 3 defenses, I believe he has been on that UFP. But he's been very good. He's actually tied for top with his team. Laggers and Goosemitty doing a lot of work now between the two halves. Meanwhile, on the attack, kind of sitting on low numbers. Three of your operators have only kills. Fizzy, Parrot, and Chippy. Your Ash going 3 and 7 right now. That's not exactly what you want if you're Western Michigan. Drop into top red now from Dangly Parrot. Gonna try to push into Piano if he gets a chance. Understands there's someone playing Cocktail. Sees the holes. Doesn't want to get C4 like last time. Make sure there's no one there. Zofia later has also pushed into Piano. First castle barricade taken out. However, the defense is not phased. They are just going to sit up here, wait for some peeks. Langers does get a little bit of opening damage onto Mr. Fizzy, about 25% of his HP. As the attack continues to pool around in Piano, trying to figure out what their next step is going to be. Meanwhile, this mute is just sitting underneath with a shotgun hole up onto bar, hoping someone walks into the second bar. I believe that was a wub that was taken out. Castle Benedict also not taken out. However, this Frost, I believe, is just sitting behind the shield, not the Frost. Someone is sitting behind the shield. Looks like it's the castle of Laggers. Frostmat actually getting a down onto Fizzy. So, and Providence with an open pick. There's a lot going on in this match right now. Very loud rounds coming out. Laggers getting tagged up a little bit. Revive coming out onto Fizzy. He will live another round. However, no longer has Mila will take him out. Providence taking a lot of damage, peeking those holes above, and later will take out Laggers. It's now a 4v3. Western Michigan still in the man disadvantage, but Providence is on low HP, so they are looking good in that department. Later Nerd trying to see if anyone is sticking around on the white stairs. However, Mila has dropped down, but the Jaeger of Goosemitty is still up here, but will not get a kill as Later Nerd puts him in his place. Good calls coming out. Hangman will get Chippy. Does your thermite down. Bomb surrendered in the pillars.
15 seconds remaining.
Ash will go for it.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Dangly does get Hangman. And Mila's now down. It's all up at a 1v2 for Providence.
5 seconds remaining.
Does not get a kill. Later Nerd finishing off what was left of Providence. Western Michigan still in this map. But they do still have a long way to go. They're going to have to go through Bakery once more. Site that last time they were here, they got utterly shut down on by not clearing out any of the map. However, they did deny the perfect cycle from Purdue. Purdue will be looking, they said, so what? We lost the reading. We'll just go back to Bakery. There's no way we lose this one. That's right. Last time they were here, if you remember right, it was a 1v4 for the attack, and it was just closed out pretty easily by the defense of Purdue. No massive changes to the composition of either team. Both teams on attack pretty much running the same lineup almost every round.
Attackers need to locate
the
and
two
defuse
teams
as many bombs
liking
as
what
they
they're bringing, just trying to figure out how to adapt with those lineups. If it ain't broke, you don't need to fix it, and that is how the two teams are going to go with their lineups. Doesn't look like it's going to be the same exact setup coming out from Purdue. Are going to hold up top with this very intricate extended hold vertically. Western Michigan, you're going to have to do a lot of map clear this time if they want to be able to get this site under their belt and stay in this map and not lose it 7-3. Something they failed to do last time they were here.
5 seconds to go.
If you remember right, they kind of opened this mining window, then just left it there. Didn't really attempt to challenge inside of mining at all. And then they kind of just tried to push in from Bakery, and they all got slaughtered at the breach and in prep. But you do see now, it looks like the attack is going to go straight up to the roof. Maybe not all of them, but at least 3 of them will go straight up to the roof. You do see Ash is going to sit on that piano window. Meanwhile, Later Nerd is going to stay up on that window. Never mind, she's actually going to come onto the roof too. Scott's going to open up that castle barricade. A lot more pressure on the top floor now than there was last round, barring none. They move right now into the piano room, as is the Nomad of Mr. Fizzy.
Drone's ready.
They're going to have to step it up. Later Nerd's carrying his whole team on his back right now. He can't do that all by himself. He's going to have to get some help. Hangman has been called out in the cocktail, does manage to drop down. No harm comes to him. Mr. Fizzy exchanges some shots with the Jaeger through Smitty. And now the attack is going to finalize it here onto the top floor. Open up that piano hatch. No drones actually coming out. So they're just kind of blind firing and taking this with head peeking, which I wouldn't call the best strategy with this team, but does look like Mila is the only person left on these two top floors. He's actually dropped down now, so the entire top two floors has been given up by the defense. The attack, I don't know if they've exactly realized that. They do need some drones. They're fine on drone economy. I don't know why exactly they aren't droning, but it is hurting them right now. Looks like Laggers is waiting for someone to peek up through the holes he has into train. Tekka is taking control of mining.
Attackers
Hoping to get some kills. Hangman getting the opening kill on the Chippy. Let's go. Thermite down, bomb down again with 40 seconds left. The attacker is going to have to get into Bakery, get the bomb back while not dying to Hangman, and still somehow manage to get on the site. It's about to get very messy if you're Western Michigan. 2 players now outside the Bakery. Hangman still holding this bomb down. Gets a second kill on the later Nerds. Zofia down. Does not get the third though. Scott will get the trade, but immediately traded out by Laggers, and he will get the double on the Fizzy and Scott. Now all up to a 1v4 from Dangly Parrot. He's going to have to face off against the castle first, but the castle of Laggers is just better than him. Purdue will win map 1, 7-4. We will be right back with map 2 after this break. Welcome back, everyone, to the Faceit Collegiate Championship. We have just finished map number 1 on Cafe. Score of 7-3 for Purdue. Just waiting for the last few players to be ready up. Was a good match coming out from Purdue. Very strong on them from their attack and their defense, winning 4 of their 6 attack rounds onto Western Michigan. It does look like all the players are ready, so we're actually just going to hop into map number 2. Map number 2, Consulate. Purdue starting on the defense. Yeah, map number 1, very strong in favor of Purdue. Their attacks very coordinated. Western Michigan falling apart in a couple of those attack rounds. And then, especially on Purdue's bakery defenses, Western Michigan was just never able to get a foothold in the map. The second time around, they were able to clear out that top floor, but it all fell apart when a player pushed into bakery, got immediately shredded by Hangman sitting down behind that bakery bar. First ban onto Thatcher once more. Will not see the light of day this match at all, it appears. But that is pretty standard. Thatcher is just like always banned by teams no matter where they go. So we will see what the next attacker ban coming out from Western Michigan will be. But yeah, so no Thatcher. It's going to make getting your garage wall open a little bit harder. Not too hard though. I mean, really, as long as you can get piano control, you're fine. Jackal ban coming out now from Western Michigan. They don't want to get tracked while they're roaming. This is a very tight map. It's deceptively small. Mira going to be coming out as the first defender banned. Western Michigan just not liking that Mira. Just not a huge fan of it. Which is fine because that Mira, sometimes those Mira windows can be very annoying to deal with. Not always the most fun feeling in the world. Having that black mirror stare back at you, have no idea if there's someone behind it or not. Maestro going to be coming out as the ban from Purdue. Interesting enough, because I don't remember if Western Michigan ran the Maestro at all last round, so I think it's just something that either is a comfort ban for them, though it could be a target ban from Purdue, knowing something that we do not. Starting out, looks like we will be going to the garage first. Purdue liking these bottom floor sites first. No wall denial, but they will bring a castle, so it looks like they will do a little bit of an extended hold upstairs, perhaps in bathroom. Echo coming out for the first time today, as well as Ace. Both of them having their first plays this round, it appears. Maybe we'll get 6'd off. No, both of them are locked in. We will see Garage and Cafeteria coming out from Purdue first. Western Michigan going to try to have a better attack half than they did on the last map. They won a single attack round. Their last map on Cafe. Not going to be good enough if they want to take their own map pick of Consulate and bring it to Coastline. Though I am worried though for Western Michigan because Purdue has been guns blazing today, and these two maps, Coastline and Consulate, not in that order, but those two maps are known for their fragging prowess, so they may be in a world of hurt if they try to just frag out on these maps. They will see a major setback.
5 seconds left.
Okay, so we will see at least a little bit of a hold in the piano room, as well as an antechamber, though no one's currently sitting in there. However, the Echo will be moving in there. Very interesting to have your Echo playing up there. I would expect your Castle of Mila and maybe your Melusi of Hangman to play up here while your Echo plays safe or tucked somewhere into the site. Meanwhile, your attackers are... Smitty is already fallen back from admin as looks like it's like a full admin visa take from the attackers. They're already in admin, trying to push off a little bit. Drones out in front, trying to clear the way for him. Hangman's actually playing up here as well, it appears. Gonna move into connector, stay watching that projector. Mila, so I was wondering why you didn't have Hangman or Mila sitting in piano. It's because they're sitting on the top floor. Sees the head of Dangly, but Dangly is going to get the first frag onto Hangman. Your Melusi's down to C4 and impacts. Good opening pick from the attack. Meanwhile, your Ash is already pushing up. Fizzy waiting for the drones to clear him out. Mila gonna make the right move, gonna fall back down yellow. Let Fizzy have the control up top. You're down a man, you don't want to go down two, so you're just gonna let him have the control and try to play from behind where you can. No movement into the lobby piano area. As I say that though, the Ash of Fizzy is gonna drop. Sledge of Scott now. Wow. I can't believe Scott let the Jaeger or the Echo of Laggers get away with his life there. That should have been a free kill onto the Echo. Laggers thanking his quiet stars that he was able to survive this. Meanwhile, the attack has started on their vertical destruction. Mila is looking up through those holes, hoping to get a kill. Spots up the Zofia of Later Nerd, but cannot find the shots. Will take about 25% of his HP, but does not get a single shot onto the attack. Aces now coming out onto the main wall. It gets opened.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Some drone coming out now. Smitty will get a trade on the Later Nerd, but Scott will get Smitty. So to say 1-for-1 trade. Scott missing the shots onto the castle. Wow. What an awful whiff from Scott. Could not land the shots with the SMG-11. Mila, hit by the air jab, unable to pull his gun out, manages to get up from that launch.
15 seconds
All of a
left.
sudden, Mila's retaking the top floor, sees the breach above, has the holes above, gets a kill on the Ash, is now all up to Chippy and Dangly Parrot, and they're in no position to win this round. As I say that though, Providence does get taken out, but the Echo drones look to be the savior right now. But Mila from above will find the holes to kill Chippy. Very close. Western Michigan actually very close to winning that round due to some very unfortunate luck from Purdue, but Purdue managing to close out that round when it counts the most. A lot of trades going back and forth there for the attack and the defense. But however, some really unfortunate plays from Scott costed them that round. First, not being able to kill that Echo as he dropped through the bathroom hatch, even though he had opened the wall behind him, as well as not being able to kill the Castle of Mila, absolutely whiffing on the SMG-11. Very unfortunate from him. The good old smoke-to-smoke 6-pick coming out from Purdue. We now be going to
Defenders,
the
protect your bombs
top
from being
floor.
defused by attackers.
Frost coming out for Mila. Wants to get another one of those Frost mat downs. The Frost did manage to get a down last map on that cafe bar. However, the kill did not immediately come out until the Nomad from that Frost mat had been picked up. But nonetheless, Mila will bring that Frost once again. Gonna try to get some more Frost mats. Defense hoping to continue their streak of winning these rounds. Purdue wants to be out of here in 2. They don't want it to go to map 3. They are confident they can win
10 seconds
map
to go.
number 2.
5 seconds
While
left.
Western Michigan is hoping they can take this map because they definitely want it to go to map 3. They don't want to lose this
Attackers
match.
must locate
They want to
and defuse
stay.
the bomb.
They want to stay 2-1, I believe, in this basically the championship. These teams are either 3-0 or 2-1. I do not know which of those sets they are, but they've won at least 2 matches each, and hope one of them is hoping to stay either undefeated or go up to 3-1. Attack coming in on the admin side once more. Busy getting ready to hop in. Later Nerd on that south side rappel. Hoping to get some picks off. No one actually sitting in admin. No one all the way back to long either. So they actually have full control over this. But an impact coming out from Hangman just trying to make him play a little bit more scared. So the attack will have to take a little bit longer to get in. Minute left. Minute gone. 2 minutes left on the clock. Busy repelling into admin as the rest of his team will as well. Echo, the first point of contention here inside of Projector. Looks like Later Nerd. No, not Later Nerd. Who is that on that rappel? It is the
Bomb
Nomad of
located by
Dangly Parrot. He's currently on a drone. Spots out the Echo. May try to provoke a fight with him. But meanwhile, your Ash of Fizzy is pushed up to the front of Long Desk, hoping to find the negation soon. Ace charge coming out. The Echo laggers in a very bad place. He's actually going to drop the hatch, get out of dodge. But that leaves the attack a free opening into the bomb site up top. Later Nerd beats up Mila. Mila getting a double kill all the way from the bathroom through those holes to top Visa. Bomb is down on the top Visa stairs. Mila with a very excellent long angle all the way to that doorway. He's got to know that there is more people over there. Fizzy taking a lot of damage from Hangman on the spiral stairs. Will not die, but he loses about 75% of his HP. First smoke coming out with 30 seconds left. Hangman gets the kill.
Attackers recovered the
Now
bomb diffuser.
a 5v2. Scott trying to plant in the smoke. Hits the frost mat. Really unfortunate for him. Providence will be credited with that kill. Dangly will get Mila, but Goosemany will follow it up with the final kill onto Dangly Parrot. Round number 2 goes in favor of Purdue. Once again, the frost mat's working big for Purdue, getting it down and actually trapping that sledge inside of Providence's smoke, where he was credited with that kill onto the planter. Down to lobby we go as Purdue looks to avoid that Archives Teller's bomb site. Frost once again coming out from Mila, may be 6th off, may not be 6th, but we will see Purdue try to hit that perfect cycle of sites. We were waiting to see if that Frost gets locked in or if it will be 6th. It will be locked in. Only one not locked in is the Nomad. Does not look like she'll be 6th. There you go. Dangly Parrot locking in that Nomad. So Frost once again coming out. The Echo once again coming out. We've seen Echo all 3 rounds here from Purdue. It's been nice to see Echo once again, because, you know, Echo was quarantined for the longest time because of his bug with his drones being indestructible. But ever since he lost his invisibility on his drones, you've seen a lower pick rate of Echo, just because you can't set and forget the drones. You have to actually be really careful with where you place them, because they can be spotted out and shot pretty easily since they no longer have any sort of trophies on them. Frost mat's being brought out again. Very interesting frost mat. That might actually get someone.
10 seconds remaining.
If they're not paying attention, they're ADS looking towards like the middle of piano. They may just walk into that.
5 seconds left.
Top hold coming out from Purdue now too. Just standard lobby defense. Nothing too out of the ordinary setup wise. Top wise, yeah, you have a Frost, you have an Echo. Nothing too crazy, but definitely not the simplest roster that we've ever seen. Attack once again, go for that admin pressure. Gonna want to clear out admin as fast as they can. Later they're just waiting for them to say that you can swing in, it's all clear. Going for a couple free fires to the wall, through those cubicles, trying to find any sort of ground. Goosemany falling off from long desk back over to the top of yellow. Lots of rotates coming out, lots of rotate holes, and just like a lot of line of sight coming out from Purdue. They just want to hold these long angles and just hold as much ground as they can. Mr. Fizzy now pushing up through admin, gonna try to attempt to push through long desk, trying to pinch with later nerd. No drones really coming out from them. They're just face checking, which isn't the best idea for them. Smitty gets about 30 HP off of Fizzy, and now later nerd is going to try to just hold an angle. I don't think they're aware that there's Frost in the closet, but they don't have drones. Western Michigan incredibly poor at droning. They have one person droning for their team. They have so many people. Providence will get the first kill onto Fizzy. It's your Ash dead. Was that from below? I think that was through the hatch. It was. So it's very unfortunate for your Ash of Providence, or for your Ash of Fizzy. Providence getting a very good opening pick. Chippy now trying to get this Jaeger. Smitty kind of trapped here on top yellow, but Mila will get Scott. I'm not sure where that was. And Smitty will now get parried. It's now a 5v2 for the attack of Western Michigan. A lot of mistakes coming out from Western Michigan. Providence looking for that hatch again. Gonna get another kill on the Chippy. Later nerd now in a 1v5 Not looking likely for him with 50 seconds left. He has no control over the second floor. This Jaeger's still up here on the top floor with him. Smitty spamming a little bit through the walls, getting later nerd just a little bit of damage, but he's getting pinched from every angle, it appears. Cannot even get the first kill yet. Now at 1 HP, runs out of ammo, gets the down, but cannot get the kill. Flawless round coming out, Smitty finishing off later nerd, what was left of him anyways, saving his teammate's life. Yeah, flawless round comes out from Purdue. That's 3 in a row for them on their defense half here on Consulate. Back to the basement we'll go. Back to garage and cafeteria. Purdue looking to put this away real quick. They want to go 6-0 now. They've completed the first flawless cycle. They want to get another one on the board. Buck being brought now by Scott, so they're going from 1 soft breacher to 2 in terms of just the plane of vertical destruction. Buck having a lot more than just the breach charges or the impact of Zofia or an Ash. Still 1 hard breach coming out, just the ace. Not necessarily wanted to bring that Habana as well, just in case you want to get some more walls open.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
But that's not really their problem right now. Their problem right now, last time, they should have won basement last time. However, some very poor plays from Scott. He was actually on the sledge last time, costed them that round. So they're gonna have to make sure they do this clear a lot better and get the hits that they should be getting. Because last time that just was not the case. Be interesting to see if those 2 walls stay unreinforced, but no, it does look like the Echo of Laggers is going to go reinforce those right now. It's a very interesting strategy. Just leave 2 of your garage walls unreinforced. Just kind of hold the soft wall, make them afraid to open it, you know. But same kind of hold looks like it's going to come out here from Purdue. They are going to have their roamers up top, fall back to piano when they can, and eventually Laggers will, maybe they'll be Laggers, but someone will drop back through that hatch when it's needed. They are going to reinforce that wall, this wall here in the back bathroom in front of the hatch, unlike last time. That almost cost it Laggers' life the first round, but the attack was not quick enough. Admin take once again coming out from Western Michigan. They like this attack, so they're just going to keep doing it, trying to clear from the east side over. And that's generally what a lot of teams like to do right now. Throwing all the way up through connector. Meanwhile, Mila is still trying to do a little bit of setup, but your Zoe of later nerd's already pushed up through projector. Does she know that this castle of Mila is sitting inside B2, or Hangman is sitting inside of the CEO office? He's now been called out to him. Mila's been downed. He may be savable, may not be savable. Later nerd from below will be taken out by the mute of Providence. Castle is going to try to crawl down the steps and let his teammates come pick him up. It's amazing that Western Michigan let this castle stay alive this long and not get finalized, but instead they'll lose a player of their own. Providence doing amazing work on these shotgun holes. Will take a lot of health off of Chippy. Will take 75% of his HP. Sees the second person, but does not have any ammo. C4 ripped. Will he get a kill off of it? No damage coming out from that C4. He is going to fall back into the bathroom. Not going to fall down the hatch just yet, though. Your Buck of Scott is now pushed into lobby. Meanwhile, your Sledge has pushed into piano. And with that, the ace starts coming out. Providence is going to fall back through the hatch. Very successful roam from the roamers here on Purdue. However, Hangman's retaking the top floor. There's no one up here to stop him. He has free reign over the top, and the attack has no idea. Hangman is going to get Scott on that flank. Your Buck dead. Vinci taking a lot of damage from below. He's now on about 5 HP, and Hangman is still on the top floor. First smoke comes out. Oh, it's actually a smoke grenade coming out from the ace, not a smoke, as there is no smoke on the board. Main wall will be open with 25 seconds left to go.
Attackers
and here
have dropped
comes
the bomb diffuser. Attackers have located a bomb.
Sledge of Fizzy coming down the stairs. Chippy's been downed by some sort of explosive, it appears maybe an impact grenade. There's no idea that Jaeger is sitting behind him. Smitty gets the kill on to Fizzy. It's now a technical 1v5 for Dangly Parrot. There's no way of winning this. Can't even get the first kill. Flawless round coming out from Purdue. Another one. Purdue just looking to put this away. No brakes, all gas. Western Michigan just kind of falling apart by the wayside as Purdue is just steamrolling through them. See, Western Michigan actually started that round off pretty strong. They managed to get the down onto the Jaeger, or onto the castle, but they couldn't finish them off, and Providence was holding a hole underneath and managed just to shotgun Later Nerd to the next planet. Very unfortunate for him. Just, you know, Purdue is just having a bang-up night tonight. They're doing great all around. Lager's yet to find the scoreboard or die, but that's fine because he's you know, his teammates are doing his job. He's denying. He's trying to deny plants on Echo. And he's doing what he needs to do. Back up to the top floor we go. Frost brought out again. Mila's liking this Frost pick. He's got the 1.5. I hope he has the 1.5 on his what is it? His SMG. Does have that slide-on shotgun. Or I really want to see if he has that 1.5 on his gun.
Changing mags.
I don't think he's gonna show us right now, but as we look at the rest of the setup, shield going in place there, over by the closet. I like that shield placement a lot because it's not, this angle right here is not one that you can get from these windows. It's very like strict landing angle. For the rest of the setup, pretty similar. They're actually going to reinforce 3 of the Bosco walls instead of 2. Meanwhile, the attack is no longer going for a maybe they will go for an admin take. It's a very late take, but the attack is spread out really far away. Chippy's actually just like going up onto the CEO windows already, opening one up. That's going to draw a lot of attention. The Frost with the 1.5, there he is. So it does have the 1.5 scope on that gun. Will be just watching that window.
A bomb has been located.
IQ Claymore, that Death Balcony jump out. Looks like perhaps maybe a yellow take coming out. Yellow CEO take coming out for the attack. They needed to change something up, and this is what they're hoping will solve their problems. No one admin side, but you do have the IQ now onto the rappel. IQ and Ace just kind of sitting there. Mila still watching that window, daring someone to swing it. Saw the drone, but unaware of the drone's position right now. Sees it again. Someone will swing. One on bathroom window now. I do believe that is the Buck of Scott.
Defender
But Hangman will jump out on the Buck, get the kill, and get about half of Later Nerd's health. We'll take about half his health in return. But a kill and a half is really good work for coming out from Hangman. For Western Michigan, it's not what you want to have right now. Not being able to finalize the kill, getting jumped out on. It's sure to be a tilter if you're WMU. Half the attack right now just sitting on the rappel, hoping to find some sort of pick. Smoke grenade goes out. First one misses. Chippy now in the bomb site. Pushed all the way up on the reinforcement. Busy will get Providence. Chippy going for the plant right now, but gets Echo Drone. He actually has no support by his team right now. He's just sitting here. He's going to get C4 from below, or shot, straight up shot from Goose. Later Nerd will get a trade onto Hangman. It's now a 2v3 though, and somehow Western Michigan has the man advantage with 50 seconds left. But bomb is down. However, Lager now up in a 1v3. Be very interesting to see what he does in the situation. Because he has gone in and grabbed the bomb. Lager's gonna have to swing. Sees the Nomads that can't get the pick. Bomb will go down. It's maybe the first successful round for Western Michigan. Lager's half his health gone now. Sees the Zofia but cannot land the shots. Later Nerd finally getting his team the first round. Western Michigan will take round number 5. Lager's unfortunately able to make a huge difference. Denies the first plant but cannot deny anything else after that. Very aggressive take coming out from Western Michigan. Very aggressive pushing from the CEO windows. Lobby now coming out from the attack, or coming out from the defense. Frost and Echo, once again, a stable part of the lineup here of Purdue. Buck being slicked off to the sledge from Scott. One soft breach to another, but this one has Nate's. Nades are very important
Attackers
when
need
it
to
comes
locate
to
and defuse
destroying all
as
this
many bombs
utility.
as they can.
You know, there's only one, I guess there's technically 2 bulletproof gadgets on the field for the defense. 1 shield, 1 bulletproof cam. So they have more than enough bulletproof gadgets to deal with, but it's always nice to have a set of nades. Purdue here hoping to go 5-1 on their defense and just finalize their first two attacks out. Meanwhile, Western Michigan desperately needs the second attack round if they want to have a chance on their defensive half.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds remaining.
4 hold coming out again. Frost mats. Be interesting to see where this last one goes.
Attackers are moving
Right
out to
inside
locate a bomb and
of
defuse
the
it.
paper door. That may get someone if they come in through admin. It does look like that sledge is going to get ready to come in through admin perhaps, as well as Sophia. But the rest of your attackers have either spawned main, like by the main entrance or by bottom yellow. Claymore coming out on bottom yellow door from the IQ of Fizzy. Just needs to make sure he doesn't get run out on when he goes on the rappel. But the attack is just kind of chilling upstairs. This Jaeger of Goose is going to fall back a little bit, but not exactly fall back. Meanwhile, Dangly is going to set up some air jabs. Looks like he set one up on Death Balcony, I'm assuming. But there's not a whole lot going on the top floor. With 45 seconds in, Sledge of Scott has finally made his way in. He's doesn't look like they're. It looks like they're waiting on some drones. Sees the frost mat. I can't imagine he's going to need the frost mat. No, he will throw the nade out the door to the vending. Shoots the frost mat. Nade comes out to nothing. However, the Ace Chippy will open up that line of sight all the way to projector from admin. Jaeger's rotated now down. He's actually first floor spiral. He's just going to keep going down. He's going to go to the bottom of banana. Mr. Fizzy taking some early damage from yellow stairs. It looks like this. Who is that? Is that the... I can't quite tell who that is. The Frost Amila falling back down. He's actually going to try to shoot this Claymore. Does get the Claymore. The hip fire. And just wanted to get that Claymore out of the way. But now the attack has full undisputed control of the top floor. While your IQ is going to try to head down the yellow stairs and just try to hold some angles while the vertical construction is done. You gotta wonder, where is Scott right now? What is he doing? He's just sitting on... He's trying to hold an angle, but he loses the gunfight to Smitty. That's your soft breach gone. Your sledge should have been inside a projector, inside a connector, opening up the floor, but instead he was holding an angle and still loses the gunfight. Smitty down out to about 20 HP, but he got a kill. A nade and a whole lot of soft destruction gone. Not great for Western Michigan. Still salvageable, but with 30 seconds, they're going to have to act fast because they have ultimately nothing going in their favor right now. Going for trying to smoke execute, drop through piano. Gets the drop in. And Fizzy will get Providence on the hold, but Mila will get Fizzy. So now 4v3. Echo drones coming out from laggers, trying to deny that plant. Mila gets another kill onto Chippy.
15 seconds to go.
Bombs down now.
10 seconds to
With
go.
Goose getting a kill onto Dangly and Mila getting a kill onto Later Nerd. Purdue will go up 5-1 on their defense half, setting them up for a really good attack. You can pin that round on a lot of things. I think a lot of it was just a lot of time wasting coming out from the defense. The attack of Western Michigan not able to clear that roam very well, as well as their sledge not doing his job and instead Dime trying to hold a flank angle when you should have had your Nomad watching flank. But that is going to lead Purdue to go up 5-1. Western Michigan just not really able to get any traction really on this attack half, but they're now going to their defense hoping to get some momentum back in their favor. But Purdue is just going to try to steamroll even more as they just want to close this out. 2 more rounds for them, and they'll win the series 2-0.
Attackers need to
They're going to
locate
be
and
going up
defuse
to the
as many
top floor
bombs
for
as
the
they
first
can.
bomb site of Western Michigan. Mozzie being 6-picked onto, I believe, from Busy. He is now running that Mozzie. First time we've seen Mozzie at all. Going to be running that Commando. Not a huge fan of the Roni, which I understand. Roni has so few bullets. If you shoot more than one, you obviously have to reload, because you're not going to be able to shoot anymore after that. But not taking advantage of that 1.5 Instead of taking advantage of that nice new 3D skin from the Battle Pass, get yours today. All proceeds from the Battle Pass, 30% of the proceeds from the Battle Pass do go to the Invitational prize pool whenever the Invitational will be moved up.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Solid yellow hole looks like coming out from
Attackers are moving to defuse the
Western
bomb.
Michigan. If someone even sticks around on yellow to play that, if no one is on yellow playing those ADSs, it's gonna be a very big question mark. Is why are you gonna dedicate the ADSs there if you have no one sitting there? So it's gonna be an admin take for Purdue as well. Was the take that Western Michigan did for the first 4 rounds, but then ended up just deciding, you know what, we're not gonna take admin anymore because it just wasn't working for him. No Mozzie Piss on that window, interestingly enough. I'm not sure where the Mozzie put them down, but he is going to sit. Because he's in a bad place right now. Not looking great for him. He's stuck in a rock and a hard place. Scott gets taken out on a very aggressive swing by Mila. And Fizzy's going to be taken out by Hangman. So, 4 to 5 seconds in, Western Michigan's down 2 players already. Not great if you're a Western Michigan fan. Now, admin control firmly in the grasp of Purdue as they try to push over through that top floor and try to get the projected bomb site open. Mila's lost about half of his HP from that first engagement with Scott, but it is okay as they do have a 2-man advantage. Ace coming out on this first top wall. We will now wait to see what the attack continues to do. Nade coming out. We'll get a little bit of utility. Second nade coming out. Gonna try to get that shield. Hangman does get a kill on a Chippy. 5v2 for the defense. Later Nerd and Dangly Parrot all up to them. Speaking of Later Nerd, he does get taken out by Laggers. Now all up in a 1v5 to Dangly Parrot. Has person on the window. He's gonna try to get 1 kill. Does get 1 kill on the Providence, but will not get the second. Laggers finally getting into this game. Gets a double kill to end off the round. Purdue on match point, series point. What could be the final round of our series coming out now. We'll be going up to console. We're actually going down to Cafeteria and Garage. No repeat bomb site for Western Michigan. They want to move on to the next one. Try to get their foothold back. Purdue wants to wrap it up with a nice little bow. They just want to get out of here. They're getting a little hungry. 6 week off the Nomad onto the Gridlock. I think that is a great idea. Gridlock is a lot better. Never mind. We'll be sticking to the Nomad. Echo onto the Cade though, so trying to deny a little bit of those hatches perhaps. I do think that in certain cases the Gridlock is better than the Nomad. On staircases especially, it's better to have the Gridlock just because you have to make a lot more noise to get rid of the track stingers versus just 1 bullet to get rid of Nomad's air jab. On runouts, I think it's the Nomad is just fine. But the only downside to the Gridlock is the fact that she is a 3 armor, very chunky, very loud. Has a good gun, but she's very slow. Bathroom hold coming out here for the defense, so they're actually not going to reinforce that bathroom hatch. They're going to open a cage charge coming out even onto that wall, so they're going to have to do a lot of work to get the attack of Purdue's going to have to do a lot of work to get this bathroom wall open and deny the player sitting in B1. Attack now on the board as we come out. Will it be an admin side take again? It looks like it will be, perhaps. Yes, the Ash of Smitty is calling into EO, or into admin. But Later Nerd is going to get the opening pick onto Providence. Your sledge gone. Later Nerd gonna fall back down yellow. Pink's coming out on drone for the attack. Smitty recognizes he's been seen on cams. There's a suppressor on his R4C, interestingly enough. However, Later Nerd's just going to keep falling down the staircase. He's going to fall back into Piano now, into Anti. Looks like he's going to maybe go into Bathroom if he starts getting pressured. Drones coming out from the defense. Spots him out, it looks like. Yes, he has been spotted out, confirmed into Anti. Swinging back into Piano now. The attack is going to try to follow Oh, out. Then down. And Mila with the kill from above. As your Jaeger dead. 4v4 now. Trade coming out a little late, but a trade nonetheless. Cade is going to be a tricky situation to deal with in the bathroom. Mila taking out that electric claw for... has not taken out that electric claw just yet. But Fizzy's actually on the flank. He's been found out, so he's going to retreat back through Visa. Hoping not to die here on the flank. Great drones coming out from Purdue. K-Charge gone now. As the wall will be opened by laggers.
Located a bomb.
Looks like the Ash of Smitty is trying to hold the flank of Fizzy. Meanwhile, Hangman will get Scott from above. C4 out and whiffed from the Cade. Meanwhile, Fizzy is still in Tellers. We'll get one kill onto Mila. Trying to get a second one onto Smitty. The attack wasting a lot of time on the roamer here from Fizzy. Smitty not exactly knowing where Fizzy is yet. No pings coming out for him. But he's still going to try to hold. Chippy will get a kill onto laggers. Your ace dead, your bomb down. First one comes out. Oh man, Smitty could see that Cade or the smoke right here at the bottom of the stairs, but he doesn't. A lot of bullets coming up through the floor. Chippy taking a little bit of damage off. Second smoke out. Hangman taking out Parrot. It's now all up to Fizzy and Chippy. But Chippy does get the player insight. Smitty now at 1 HP and a 1v2. Does not look likely. In fact, Chippy will get the final kill onto Goose. Western Michigan stays in this for another round. So basement hold coming out for them. They will win it. However, they're going to have to go to either back up to their primary site or they're going to go to a tertiary site to try to throw Purdue off. The attack started out, somewhat solid for Purdue. They lost the opening pick. They did lose to that Jaeger. They lost their sledge, so it was really unfortunate for them. They managed to get the trade back a little bit later. However, it was not enough as they did lose a lot of time to that bandit of Fizzy roaming around in Tellers, losing a pick to him, but not getting the trade. I think was the worst part of all. If the trade had come out from the Ash of Smitty, they would have been fine. However, since there was no trade found, it put them in a really poor position with 30 seconds left to execute. Back up to the top floor we go. Echo taken off. Valk in. Purdue still wanting to finish this out here. Western Michigan trying to get a little bit of momentum in their favor after winning their first round of their defense. Winning their first round of defense, the second round overall, rather. Goyosha goes down and will immediately be moved. So no Frost this round, but we'll see a Goyo. These teams liking their Goyo tonight. Both teams liking it. Dangly Parrot and Scott liking it the most, it appears. We will see Fizzy going for a breakthrough hold once more. He got wallbang through the south side admin window, if I do remember correctly, from the last time he was playing up there. Not playing up top immediately. Actually going to drop. It's one drone for his troubles, but he has been called out that he is no longer on the top floor. One drone lost from the attack during that prep phase. It's pretty solid for them. It looks like Mozzie's now in the basement. May go to the Lisa stairs and try to go up. That's what he's gonna do. But there's no one to greet him in Teller, so he actually has free reign of the staircase for now. Meanwhile, your attackers are getting set up to go into your admin office. There's no one playing in break room this time. This Mozzie's still just playing below.
You see that? Hacker drone head on.
Obviously, you can hear one drone being taken out by the Mozzie pest, but the attack will get admin control for free, essentially. Fizzy on that drone that he just captured, looking towards break. He actually got a second one now, too. He's still sitting in the basement, but the attack is managing to push its way up through the copy room and into the top piece of stairs. You get that wall open with a breach charge. Looks like one Goyo shield down now from an Ash charge. The other one sitting in middle of long desk by the rotate. Smoke playing in Bosco's spot.
Attackers have recovered their
on cams now.
Bomb located by attackers.
First ace again coming out onto that copy wall, just from line of sight. It looks like Sledge may be trying to pop a nade over this wall. See if it's not there to be an ADS behind there. Ooh. Nade missing a little bit. We'll get the Goyle shield, but not get the smoke. And just like that, 2 kills coming out from the attack. Later Nerd and Mr. Fizzy dying. Mr. Fizzy on the flank, getting hit by the air jab. Or the smoke is in a very poor spot. We'll get the kill on Amila though. Dangly Parrot still alive. Chippy getting a kill on the Providence. What a flick from Dangly Parrot onto Smitty. It's now a 2v3. Dangly at 1 HP. However, it's up to Hangman and Laggers to finish this round off. With 1 player at top spiral. And 1 player, ooh, very interesting repel in, but will not work. Scott does take out Hangman. It's all up to Laggers in a 1v3 with 40 seconds left. He could make it happen, but it's not likely as the bomb is currently sitting on the balcony. Chippy's still sitting top of spiral, unknown to Laggers. He doesn't know now. Oh, and Dangly coming out huge that round for Western Michigan. Second round in a row for Western Michigan to come out. Gonna have to go to their tertiary side now. Purdue hoping to close it out, but Western Michigan is starting to ramp up on their defense. Unfortunately for Laggers, he was unsure of where that smoke was. Didn't try to pre-fire behind the shield, but didn't hit any shots, and then looked away, expecting someone to swing him from a different angle, and got swung by the smoke on the shield. Lobby and press room will be our next site coming out from Western Michigan. Vigil coming out by Fizzy. I'm not sure if that was a last second I need to pick something, or if it was a purposeful operator selection. And he will actually 6 off of it. Probably just needed to pick something else. We'll come out to the Alibi. MX4 Storm, a really potent gun in the right hands with that shield and the bailiff. Do a lot of reconstruction. Just a good op overall. You know, obviously not the best op, but she's useful in certain situations. I think for some, when you need to change some things up, she's pretty solid. Christmas coming out in front of the window, trying to just get a couple marks on players that just spam the windows at the beginning of the round. Interesting placements for them. Meanwhile, you know, you're gonna have enough players hold as you normally would on a lobby defense. Castle coming out, gonna castle off the top piece of stairs. Gonna actually, looks like they're just gonna give Purdue this side of the map once again, as they have basically just given them this side of the map the entire attack half, for their entire defensive half. Not really contesting it all. They contested the first round, got shut down immediately. After that, they kind of just fell back. Oh, we're just gonna give them the space, and then we'll fight them when they come to us. And you know, that's a good mentality to have. You don't want to be too aggressive every round. Purdue gearing up for what they hope is the final round. Obviously, we'd like this match to be as close as possible. It'd be very fun for it to go all 3 rounds. Mozzicus getting a drone there on the door, from what I thought I heard, but will be shot immediately. That drone will be shot immediately by the Wamaya Dangly Parrot. Laggers not out of drones. Very unfortunate for him. That's your ace. It's what the position you would want to be droning. Meanwhile, you're sledging your Nomad. Sitting on this rappel. Dangly Parrot is going to get Hangman, unless you're Sophia dead. Meanwhile, your Mute is sitting very tight to this wall. Goose does get Dangly Parrot. It's now a 4v4. Romai dead. And Fizzy's now taking about, you know, I'd say that's about 35% of his HP. Laggers on down about 30%. So overall, looking pretty even, both health and man count wise, between the two sides. Mute of Scott is going to swing on the Providence. Does get the kill. Is your sledge dead? No more soft destruction. No more nades. But Laggers will immediately trade it back onto Fizzy. It's just an even a 1v1 fight between these two teams. Laggers just sitting at the front door. And Mila's just daring Scott to try to swing. But Scott's just going to stay put. But as I say that, he's going to cross. Ooh, a very unfortunate time for Mila, as if Mila had watched that, he might have been able to get Scott for a little bit of damage. Scott's getting ready for a jump out. Unsure of where anyone is, but yeah, maybe a cam is seeing what's going him out. Scott's still playing above. We'll get anyone if they try to hop in, but it does look like it's been a rotation to the Vista side of the map. Scott opens, he pulls above, daring someone to push into the lobby, but the attack has rotated to the spiral side. Proximity blinds will alert their presence, and Laggers gets a lot of damage from above. Maybe a free kill for later Nerd if he's not careful. But the wall bang coming out from Laggers. Some very nice yellow pings coming out. 2v2 now, as Scott did get a kill on Damila. Both players upstairs, but Chippy will take out Laggers on 2v1. All up to the Asha Gooseman. He's sprinting through the site. Gets a nice headshot on the Chippy. All up to Scott now. He's now dropped. But at about half HP, Drone has called him out. Smitty is going to stick this plant. But Scott is going to go around to the backside. Smitty has the info that he's swinging from the back. Is he going to get the kill onto Scott? Scott's just kind of playing dull right now. And Smitty will get the kill. Purdue 2-0, 7-3, 7-3 for the 2 map scores. Very dominant win over Western Michigan University. We'll have an interview with Purdue coming up after the break.
Here we go now. Here we go now. Here we go now.
Welcome back, everyone. We just concluded our match between Purdue and Western Michigan. Purdue winning 2-0 over the number 24 ranked Western Michigan, rather. I'm joined here today by Smitty from Purdue. Smitty, how are you feeling after that win?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Yes, this match, you went in ranked number 6 after falling from number 5, trading places with number 6 Texas Tech last week in the College Rainbow Six Power Rankings from the Dart Report. You're currently nipping on the heels of them. You two seem to be trading places every other week. How are you? How are y'all planning on continuing your momentum through the semester in the playoffs?
We've historically had a pretty structured method of play, and I think we'd like to keep that up and improve that. I think a lot of people think that we've kind of dropped off after the CR6 Winter League, but it was just the fact that not we didn't really play that much. Purdue does have in-person classes, so we spent time over break with our families and doing just kind of taking a break, and relaxing and not spending too much time playing Rainbow as a team. But we're back with a vengeance. We do have a roster change, and we're looking to move up in the rankings.
Always love to hear that. Y'all have been proven pretty fatal throughout the semester. You are now you're now 4-0, correct? Is your Or are you 3-1?
Yeah, yeah.
4-0.
I don't think we've lost a map. Yeah.
Okay, so 4-0 now for Purdue. Currently ranked number 6. You looked very great through that match. 7-3 on both maps, if I remember correctly. 4-2 on your attack half on Cafe. Is there anything like in particular y'all were doing to try to counter strat Western Michigan, or were you just kind of letting your pieces fall where they were?
Again, we just play really structured and drawing stuff out. Try to calm really well and play each attacker's advantages to their potential and try to crack the defense that we're up against. And I'm really proud of everyone. I think we had really solid attack halves, and we're just a little bit rusty getting going on Cafe. And we're trying to work out the kinks with the roster change again. But I think the lineup's really strong, and we're not going anywhere.
You'd love to hear that. Yeah, y'all have nothing to be ashamed about today. Y'all played extremely well on both maps. Your attack half on both maps were great, I think. Is there anything you'd like to say to the Purdue fans in the chat?
Thanks everyone for watching. We have a pretty solid fan base, I think, of Purdue students, alumni, and family members alike. So thanks everybody for tuning in and supporting us throughout all semesters of all the rosters that we've had. And Jagged, thank you for hosting us tonight and taking some of your time.
No, my pleasure. Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching the match tonight. We're going to be sending the love over to R6 Collegiate. We currently have UWW facing off against Michigan Tech. UWW is up a map. We will see how that goes. Thank you all for watching and have a nice night.
Thanks everyone.